My dear people of the Southern Cameroons, fellow Ambazonians, today is the fourth day in the month of May in the year of our Lord 2019. I bring you great tidings from the Southern Cameroons Liberation Council. The breaking news of the day is that gradually we are getting there. The internationalization of our struggle is taking a completely different scale. And my people, the time now is for us to work very hard and continue to keep it hard. The time now is for us to continue to close our ranks and continue to be together, because the enemy thrives more when they see us in scattered ranks. So the breaking news of the day is that finally the United Nations Security Council will hold an important session on the 13th of May. That's exactly 9 days from today, to discuss the Southern Cameroons question. This will be the first time, really, the first time ever, that the United Nations Security Council will be holding such a session to debate the crisis, to debate the conflict, the ongoing genocide in the Southern Cameroons. And this is at the behest of the United States of America. This confirms what the UN Undersecretary for African Affairs, Tibor Nagy, said about the work and the activities of the Southern Cameroons diaspora. Pointed out that our diaspora has done a marvelous job internationalizing our struggle. This is not time for us to lie on our laurels, to say we are fine, that we are already there. This is an indication that there is so much work ahead for us to do. And at the SCLC, we are not only excited, we are right now, as I'm talking to you, preparing to hold a very important session to plan how we should be able to make capital of this opportunity. And before I delve into a bit more about that, because we are still going to be coming out of the press release as far as that very important session of the UN Security Council is concerned, let me bring to you this other important press release, which is also in the area of mobilization. This press release is signed today, the 4th of May, 2019 in Washington, D.C. It is a motion of thanks for May 1 boycotts and worldwide May 20 demonstrations. It reads, the Southern Cameroons Liberation Council, SCLC, is inviting Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians in the diaspora to walk in the footsteps of their fellow citizens resident in the homeland by staging worldwide demonstrations on or around 20th May 2019. At the session Friday, the 3rd of May 2019, the SCLC adopted a motion of heartfelt thanks for the enormous sacrifices, consented, and patriotic actions taken so far by Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians resident in the homeland, notably their successful boycott of May 1 Labor Day activities organized on our territory by the expansionist La République du Cameroun. The diaspora can truly show their gratitude to fellow Ambazonians resident in the homeland by staging monstrous demonstrations around the globe, bringing attention to the genocide in Ambazonia and denying diplomatic missions of the colonialists in Yaoundé from selling the lie of a so-called one and indivisible Cameroon. The diaspora can demonstrate through these protests that Ground Zero can count on them to grab the baton and run their fair share of lapses in our unstoppable march to Buea by bringing attention worldwide around 20th May to the genocidal war the colonial regime of Paul Biya has unleashed on the people of Ambazonia. Last May 1st again, and as on many occasions before, fellow citizens in the homeland stood in solidarity with their brethren whose villages have been or are being looted and razed from the map. Their boycott of any celebrations of May 1st organized by the colonialists sent another clear message that they deny consent to the governed by the colonizers in Yaoundé. They stood in solidarity with the tens of thousands slaughtered and or maimed, the hundreds of thousands driven into refugee camps and political exile, the millions of children massacred without provocation, and the over 3 million internally displaced Ambazonians. The SCLC is in awe at that bravery, the courage, the outstanding show of resilience put on display daily by fellow citizens on ground zero in the face of an ever-growing number of massacres, ruthless brutality, war crimes, and insane genocidal savagery from the occupational forces of Yaoundé. We reiterate that the colonialists, their collaborators, and foreign officials passing for administrators in our homeland will fail no matter how hard they try to provoke our people, no matter how hard they violate their freedoms and belittle sacred institutions such as ancestral chieftaincies and fondoms, which Ambazonians hold dear. The SCLC reiterates our earlier message calling for Mami Wata ghost towns on country Sundays on May 19th and 20th, and a total boycott of the provocation called May 20th, which is nothing else but the day of enslavement of Ambazonia. Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians worldwide are encouraged to organize protests in as many towns as possible in their respective countries of residence, not exclusively in the capitals. Prepare placards, write, sign, and deliver petitions, demand sanctions against the Biya regime, call for humanitarian intervention, and employ pictorial displays to tell the world of the horrors of the Biya regime in Ambazonia. Practical modalities in respect of the conduct of the worldwide demonstrations shall be communicated in the days ahead. This press release is signed by Elvis Kometa for the SCNC, Ebenezer Akwanga, the APLM, John Bakuro, the Consortium, Bo Herbert, Maurice, Sako Samuel Ikome, Interim Government, Sali Likowo, FSCWO, and Mark Chevs, Republic of Ambazonia Nationals. My dear people, this is another opportunity for us to demonstrate to the world once and for all that we can no longer and shall no longer be taken for granted. We all have observed that a group calling itself the International Crisis Group has made extremely false and frivolous claims which the SCLC hopes to debunk in the days ahead, that a majority of our people do not want independence, that a majority of our people are either pro-unionism with the Republic du Cameroon or federalists. This is a thing that our people have demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt. An assertion debunked several times by our people in their millions. We saw this on the 22nd of September 2017. We saw this on the 1st of October 2017. We saw it on the 1st of October 2018. We saw it at the first Washington Collaborative Conference on the 19th of August 2018. We saw it again on the 29th and 30th of April at the All Southern Cameroons People's Conference in Washington, D.C. I mean, that's this 2019. And I think we also saw it in Berlin when our people all gathered around the interim government there to talk about our situation and to send a clear message to the world that we are done with this incestuous relationship, and that is done. My dear people, and now understand, at the SCLC, we have put the unfortunate and unacceptable misunderstandings of the past few days behind us. We are forward-looking. It is not an error that this thing happens just in the month of May, at a time we are supposed to be paying all our attention to make sure the colonizer doesn't stage manage events to deceive the world, to try and deceive the world that we still have anything or we still feel anything about a union which failed right from day one. This is a time for us to stay focused. Remember, dear people, when our Lord Jesus Christ looked into the eyes of Simon Peter, and Simon Peter made statements that were unacceptable, he said, "Get thee behind me, Lucifer." He didn't say, "Get thee behind me, Simon Peter." He didn't destroy Simon Peter. He chased away Lucifer. This is the spirit we have to adopt. The past few days have demonstrated to us that the devil will continue to try to possess some of the finest among us so they can not only destroy them, but use them to set us into confusion. We must continue to say no to this. We will correct our people and we will continue to work together until the attainment of our objective. My dear people, the SCLC launched a joint treasury. We cannot prosecute this conflict, this war, without money. We can't. We will not be able to make it. You had yearned to see us united. Here we are united. You had yearned to see us work together. Here we are working together. And I promise you it is for good. My dear people, if you haven't made any contribution into that fund yet, at the end of this discussion, I'm going to pin the account details of the Ambazonia Relief Fund, which is the joint treasury of the SCLC, at the bottom of this video. If you haven't contributed, rise up now and contribute. If you haven't organized any private fundraiser to put money into that account to enable us deliver, do it now. We are today held under the obligation to reserve any talks about the serious achievements we are making on the international scene at the SCLC. Since coming together only 1 month ago, each and every one of us who belongs to the SCLC, who is working on everything that we're working together with international partners, will confess to you that we have made more progress than we have made in 3 years within a period of 1 month. This is why we call on you all, stop surrogacy, stop all forms of conspiracy theories, encourage us to be together, join us to work together, pray continually that we stay glued together, and support us to continue to achieve together. Go on to this video, look under, check the account credentials of the ARF, and make sure you contribute today. Call friends, call families, call family members, encourage them to do same. My dear people, the time is very important. We're at a very important turning point of our struggle. We will either make it now or we mar it once and for all. But I trust our people are determined to make it. And so, Victoria Air Center, to God be the glory.